قامت قواتنا المسلحة بإطلاق دفعة كبيرة من الصواريخ البالستية والمجنحة وعدد كبير من الطائرات المسيرة على أهداف مختلفة للعدو الإسرائيلي في الأراضي المحتلة.
نحن جزء من محور المقاومة، ولذلك محور المقاومة هذا المنتشر من طهران إلى بغداد إلى دمشق إلى بيروت إلى فلسطين إلى صنعاء محور واحد، وهناك تنسيق يجري، وهناك غرفة عمليات مشتركة، وهناك قيادة مشتركة لكل هذه العمليات.
Since October 7, Israel has come under attack by groups first from Gaza, then Lebanon and Syria, and now Yemen. The Houthis of Yemen openly admitted on October 31st that they had launched aerial attacks on Israel on multiple occasions since the war with Hamas began. Like Palestinian Hamas and Lebanese Hezbollah, the Houthis are supported by Iran. But despite sitting around 2,000 kilometers away from Israel, the Houthis might pose the biggest risk of turning the Israel-Hamas war into a wider Middle East conflict. The Houthis find their origin in a religious revival movement for the Zaidi Shia sect, which was launched in the 1990s. It was started by the Houthi family in northern Yemen to regain the community's influence in the country. They had once ruled Yemen but lost significance over time. Yemen has been gripped by a violent civil war since 2014 when capital city Sana'a was captured by the Houthis. They now control large parts of Yemen's north and many big population centers. The Houthis are fighting against a Sunni-led government which is internationally recognized and supported by Saudi Arabia and the UAE. In 2015, Saudi Arabia led a Western-backed coalition to intervene in the war. The Yemeni civil war is seen as a Shia-Sunni proxy war between Iran and Saudi Arabia. There has been a lull in the fighting for around a year, with the United Nations leading a peace push and the Saudis holding talks with the Houthis. Since the Houthis are helped by Iran, like Hamas, they have significant aerial attack capabilities. These include missiles and drones. In 2019, Houthi attacks on Saudi oil facilities cut the Arab country's oil output by more than half. Against Israel, the Houthis claim to have launched strikes at least thrice since October 7 when Hamas attacked and a war ensued.
إن القوات المسلحة اليمنية تؤكد أن هذه العملية هي العملية الثالثة نصرة لإخواننا المظلومين في فلسطين، وتؤكد استمرارها في تنفيذ المزيد من الضربات النوعية بالصواريخ والطائرات المسيرة حتى يتوقف العدوان الإسرائيلي.
The first incident may have occurred on October 19 when American warship USS Carney, sailing in the Red Sea, shot down several cruise missiles and drones launched towards Israel. Another attack on October 28 may have led to blasts in Egypt. On October 31st, the Houthis openly declared that they had launched ballistic missiles and drones towards Israel. Experts say that these attacks do not pose a big military threat to Israel since the Houthis are situated around 2,000 kilometers away. However, there is a much bigger danger. The direct path of Houthi airstrikes on Israel passes over western Saudi Arabia. Riyadh is likely to be caught in a dilemma now. Saudi would not want its airspace used by the proxy group of its biggest rival Iran. But if the Saudis object to Houthi actions too harshly, they would be seen as siding with Israelis and not Palestinians. Since Saudi Arabia considers itself a leader of the Islamic world, it cannot be seen as abandoning the Palestinians. Ever since the latest Israel-Hamas war broke out, Iran has been warning of an escalation in the fighting if Israel does not stop its assault on Gaza. It has so far been acting through its proxy groups in the region. But the involvement of the Houthis raises the risk of Saudi Arabia getting pulled into the war, even though Riyadh has so far appeared averse to the conflict. Saudi Arabia's hand may be forced if the Houthis keep violating its airspace to attack Israel, and Israel chooses to use the same path to retaliate. And this may lead to Iran deciding to play a more direct role in the conflict to counter its nemesis Saudi Arabia.